Wait, what? I can't change it? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see. Let me go find the video. Hopefully everything just works right now. Please go find the video. Hopefully everything just works right now. Please go find the video. Alright, welcome back. This is Codium now. Let's continue with our code, you know. So, we're using Clang this time. As you can see, Clang D is installed and everything just should be working. It's a lot better than VS Code's IntelliSense, so yeah. But oh well, it's time that we continue, and today I wanted to go ahead and take a look at if we could switch between monitors. But I'm not entirely sure how we do that. So by default, I think we'll just render out whatever, like the a primary monitor is. So up here, we always say like in window really quickly if I can go to it. We don't really get to select the monitor here, but I would like to have the option to select one. You know. It's by default equal to null, I think. And we're basically just gonna pass that through, I think, to GLFW. Let's see. That just takes us out. It's kind of nice though that you can just go back and forth. Oh, let's see, paste here. We don't want this here. And then yeah, we're basically just gonna pass it through to where we create our window monitor. We're just gonna pass through monitor here. If we set it to full screen, then we don't really cap. Then we're just gonna get our primary monitor. But I don't think we're just gonna pass through monitor. I don't really care about full screen and so on. We don't really give a fuck about this, so I might just end up removing that, but this is completely useless to us right now, so yeah. So we have our monitor here, and what I think we should go ahead and do is try to see if we could like set the monitor afterwards, but oh well. And by default we'll just be taking a null. But if we want to, we can change it here. Now I'd like to just really quickly see what happens if we set the monitor here. So we go disabled, and we set it to GLFW get primary monitor, and then we just go build this. I'm gonna open up PowerShell really quickly. What? Wow. Glad.h. Is it because we're including glad multiple times? Oh, right, yeah, we should just not include GLFW here, that's why. I think. I don't know why it's including GLFW free, but oh well. That should fix it, hopefully. I always include glad first. Let's just go run actually and see how it works. Yeah, it works just fine as you can. I mean, I will have to open up OBS obviously to show you guys, but just switch it over really quickly. But you can see it here, right? It works just fine with no problems. So yeah, and we've got our window now. Pretty cool, right? So yeah. There we go. Okay, it just took a bit of time. Next step, I think, would be to go within here and see we have a window class here. So now we've set our monitor. It would be cool if we could get an option to like switch between them in settings, you know. So if we go in and let's say in our, there we add in the settings panel as well to it. First, I should probably figure out how it is that we get settings. So we're gonna go put it over here. Let's say go pull this over here really quickly, then we can take a look at it. Window monitor. Monitor. Oh wait, that's, yeah, actually, we just need a monitor, I would imagine. Yeah, okay. So, if we go ahead and get all of our monitors, imagine we just define a pointer down here, right? Just because I think we're just gonna do a unique pointer, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. I think it was what GLW monitor is equal to. If I remember correctly, right, it was get GLW. Here we go. Monitor guide, here we go. Count. Ah, okay, so we need a int monitor. Int monitor count. Just because it's equal to 0 by default. And then we're gonna go GLW get monitors monitor count. And we're gonna call it a. We should probably pass it through by reference, right? Yep. So let's do that. And this returns a pointer. This returns a pointer to a pointer of GLFW monitor. So how exactly you then use this is a good question. It's an array of monitor. Oh, an array of monitor handles. So I guess we'll just access it based on the count. So yeah, we just have to remember to destroy this, I think, at the end. Once we exit out of it and we no longer need it. But for the time being, if we go into like our settings menu, if mgui begin tab item settings, then go in here and see begin combo label our monitors. The preview value, I don't know what the preview value is gonna be. These are we could just link them up, but like these are they're pointers, so we could just like pass through a reference, I think. Well, actually, I think it's quite simple. What we'll do is that the preview values, and you know, will always be the primary monitor. It starts off at the beginning. We'll go GLW get monitor name, and we'll pass through GLW get primary monitor, and this will return a couch jar, I believe. And then if this is valid, then that'll obviously be our preview value. Then we'll go end combo, and we're gonna make sure that like I actually include all of this. And we'll go jar and tab item. There we go. And then for here, we'll go in and we'll say for int I is equal to 0 while I is less than monitor count. Let's go up with I. So we'll look through all of our monitors and then we'll go ahead and if GUI selectable, and obviously the text here is going to be image GUI, or it's going to be, the name is going to be GLW get monitor name, and we're going to go monitors I in this case, and that should be valid, I think. And so essentially, if our selectable is clicked, then we'll go ahead and draw those set window monitor, and we'll pass through our monitors I. Wait there. Wait, what does it require? Oh yeah, right, this is just our window. Window size change, get window. This is, yeah, we gotta go in here. Is there really not any way to like get the window? Well, we're gonna go in and do it so we can actually get the window itself. Void get window. And then we're gonna, oh wait, no, we're gonna return a GLW window. And then we're gonna go in and I'm gonna copy it over here so we can go in the top bottom right, yeah. Get window size, here we go. I'm gonna go and do this with a window. And that's it basically. Now we're just gonna return and call it a day. And then now we can get the window. So we're gonna go ahead and in main, I'm gonna go down here now. Let's see. Window dot get window. And in here we're gonna go monitor's eyes. X position, we're gonna put it at 0. 0. We should probably keep around her window width and height. I'm not sure if we save that here, if we know we don't. So we're gonna go ahead and do this before we create anything. I'm gonna go in. Window width is gonna be equal to 300, and in window height is going to be equal to 300. And then that's basically it. So now when we go for actually, that's actually kind of nice window size, I guess. And then we can just go out and say equal to 300 by 300. Obviously needs to be of type window size, like that. And then we're just gonna pass through window size here. And this is integers, right? Yeah, these are integers, so we can just pass them through ourselves manually. It should be fine. So it's our window size right here. If we go down here, our width is just gonna be window size dot width, and our height is just gonna be window size dot height. Now for the refresh rate, I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure if we go on monitors eye, we should be able to like access something from it, right? Like, or does that just get the monitor but does not get the monitor's refresh rate? GLW. Ah, okay, we use video mode obviously, so we're gonna go in and GLW get video mode. It's gonna return a struct with our video mode information, I think. So what we're gonna have to go ahead and do is that we're gonna have to copy this, put it in here. Pretty sure it just takes in a monitor, right? Like if I go like this, GLW get video mode. Yeah, and it just takes in a monitor, so we're just gonna pass through our monitor. Why is that not valid? Monitor. Oh wait, it's because it's called monitors, that's right. And this should have our refresh rate. There we go. So that's how we're gonna do that. This should set the window that the monitor displays at. So that's basically it right now. So yeah. But this should in theory allow us to change it if we wanted to. But for the time being, this is fine. I should really add some more comments for what these different things do, really. I just haven't gone around to doing so yet. Displays inventory information. Settings. Contains debug sliders. And all these settings. That at least it's a little bit better now to have some comments here explain what the different ones do. In fact, I'm gonna add space here between them all, just so, because they're kind of separate from each other, so yeah. But obviously within here we have our own stuff, like, I've got more specific here. In your inventory. The amount of bandages in your inventory. Bandages in inventory. And finally this one. Allows you to adjust the total inventory space. So yeah, these comments should give a bit more context to what these different things do. We have difficulty obviously, but I think it's a bit more straightforward what it does, you know, so yeah. But I might add some comments later. But overall, I have to continue. Next thing I would like to do, I guess, is actually next thing we should test it. So let me put up Outlast 2 real quickly. There's a couple of other things that we need to do. I feel like, so yeah. It's been kind of a while since I've checked comments. Give me a second. Oh, I want to do something really quickly. I'm gonna bring my screen over so I can check myself. I also have not seen any. I don't think anyone's gonna comment on here. Usually nobody comments on here anyways. So yeah, like these kind of I don't bother checking comments anymore because nobody ever comments on these streams. I'll go to studio really quickly. I'm just gonna boot in a quick game. I'm gonna bring the screen over in a bit. God damn. Where's I can view comments? It must be on the content, right? Here? I don't think there's any new ones actually, never mind. Never mind, I don't have anything new. Damn. Okay. Well, let's test if it works. I'm gonna bring over my screen really quickly so we can take a look. Here we go. I have Outlast 2 open and I'm gonna go run it now, so let's see how that works. Let's see. I have to bring up the console really quickly so I can actually run it. No, I meant to build it first. Give me a second. Can I? I did not make a exit button. That's kind of poorly thought out from my side, I guess. When build. Why? Oh wait, no, I think I know why. It's because I really hate that ClangD automatically includes headers that you already have included. Like, just don't do that, okay? It's really annoying. It messes with some, like, stuff sometimes. Alright, here we go. We can see it here. We have settings now. Generic PNP monitor. Oh my god, wow. What choices, man? They're the same name though. Oh shit, what the fuck did I do? Oh, whoa, what? Help, help. Wait, what? It's a full screen application now. Oh no, I made it a full screen application. Wait, what? No. I'm gonna close it. We're gonna figure this out. Okay. Why? Why is OBS over here now? Really fucked with everything, huh? Oh well. Okay. I think when we set the monitor like this, it sets it to full screen ultimate. But we pass through the window width and the window height, so that should not be the problem, okay? Anyways, with this selectable, I think that might potentially be a problem. I think my solution would probably be to go something like to use format or something to fix this. So we'll go in and we'll say at least as a temporary solution for this, you know. Oh wait, what? And then go. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Then go I and then go dot C string so it works. That'll be the temporary solution for now. That should work. Let me build it. Oh no, I think we're missing. Yeah, we're missing Let's go back and try. Oh no, the one. Build. Come on. Now then. Okay. We still have two generic PNP monitors, but it's fixed now at least. That's good. I still think the same issue is gonna happen, but I'm gonna try switching. Oh yeah, the same thing happened. You can't. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay. So for you, it does not appear everywhere, but for me, it does. That's pretty strange. Anyways, interesting. So it seems to be making itself full screen for some reason, and I don't know why. But it's the issue. All I want to do is change what monitor it displays on. Ignored in windowed mode. So your solution is probably just this, right? I might have a solution. The solution is not going to be nice though, and may potentially introduce problems depending on how things are configured, I guess. My idea was, why don't we just go like, because I've had issues like this, instead of going ahead and doing this, why don't we just update the position to like be like X position is like this plus whatever, you know. Y position we don't really need to care about. But I just wonder, since these are extended from each other, if we could just go ahead and set the position to like some really high number. So let me go ahead and get mono video mode and get like the width and then add like 300 to it and see if this will fix it. So we're gonna stay at null here. Null. But now I'm gonna go, instead of getting the refresh rate, we're gonna go ahead and get the width of it. Wait. Yeah, width. Yeah, width. So the width of the monitor. And that's it. Then we're gonna, that should position it at that. Y position will be the same, I'm pretty sure, across the monitors. Like, that shouldn't be a problem, really. I'm relatively certain about that, so, like, I don't think that will be a problem. But my idea was, hey, what if we like did this instead? So we just changed this around here. See if this could potentially fix the issue. Alright, let me try launching it and see if it works. But first I have to actually build the thing. Alright, I'm gonna go into settings, we're gonna change it. Hey, I mean, it changed it. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. We need to offset it by some amount. So, like now changing it back is kind of the problem. You know, like, I guess the easiest solution for this would be to, and another issue is, let's say you have 3 monitors, right? Like, you need to get width, you need to add the width of the previous monitors on top of that one. So I guess we'll need some sort of like int width variable. I'm just gonna create one right here. That's equal to 0, and then every time we just add that on top. So if it's not this window, then we go monitors, then we go ahead and call this right here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to pass through our monitor over it right here, and then I'm going to go is equal to, oh, plus equals this every time. So this should hopefully fix the issue. I think so. We could go back and shut down this application now, so we can do this. So yeah. So this should work, right? Hopefully. Because now we're just adding the width, so even if we want to go back to the first screen, we should be able to do it with no problems. Oh, right. No, I know. What we have to do is that we have to put this code after the selectable, like here. Also, we won't add it, and it will just get 0 every time. So let's go back and build this again. Let me shut down the mod process, and then let's run it, and now it should work. So as you can see, it goes over here, and we can bring it back again. It works now. So you can change your monitor now. So again, you can see it's here now. If I go back and change it to the other one, I can bring it back here, and it'll go back again. Pretty cool, right? So we've implemented being able to switch between monitors now. Now, that's at least like that's good. I wish I had a third monitor so I could really like chain them together to see what would happen. And at the moment, it only takes width into account, not even height. So if your monitor has a different height, well, too bad for you, I guess. So yeah. So if you have a monitor above your other two monitors, I guess you can't do this. I guess this mod isn't supported for your third screen, I guess. Only for your bottom screens are supported. The top ones or any of that screens above will not be supported because of that. Damn. Well, that would probably require like a lot more complexity because like I'm gonna bring this out. Like well, with two monitors, like they're gonna be next to each other every time. So we'll have two monitors here. But a third monitor could be in the middle. It could be to this side. It could be to this side. You know, we will have no idea. But these two monitors, and if we add in a third one, we'll always know that they'll be next to each other. So it's just adding the rip offset for each of them. You know. Sometimes we can have a monitor that's here, we can have a monitor that's here, or we can have a monitor that's here. You know. My point is it would be a lot harder to do. And hell, you could even have a monitor that's right here, you know, like, or here. Or if you're crazy, like slightly offset like this. My point is we would have no idea. And so it would be a lot harder to actually have support for something like that than if you just have one line of monitors. So yeah, but at least if but most people don't have like monitors on top of each other, so it's like, yeah, this should work for most people, I think. And even then, I don't think it would be such a big, like, terrible thing that you have to use one of your bottom monitors, which you probably are going to be using for gaming anyways, I would imagine. I would imagine, so, it'll probably be fine. But oh well. Final thing I would like to do is to go in and do so. You know how we have, like, up here, we have, like, this whole thing here with, like, waiting for the process and everything. What I would like to do is for this to remain the same, but I would like for it to be able to check, like, every, like, from time to actually, it already does check that, never mind. So actually, yeah, like, if I boot out of Outlast 2 really quickly and I boot into it now. I would just like to test to see if I can show the other screen, I guess, for this right now. But what I like to do is so when I go ahead and run it says failed to find the process that and boot up into Outlast 2 really quickly. Let's see, come on. And it crashed. Crazy. So yeah, something we have to figure out, I guess. So yeah. think in this case, if we just read memory, we should not necessarily need to break out, because in the main menu, there's going to be no bandages or batteries value, I'm quite sure, so breaking out of the loop doesn't really make any sense, does it? Actually, I would like to test that. Like, we can boot up into Outlast 2 right now, right? And if I launch the application in the main menu, will it crash? Or will it actually run? Nope, yep, it crashes every time, so there you go. We probably just don't want it to be breaking out every time we do this. That's probably the best solution. So maybe instead we just have it like continue, I guess, instead, because there's no real reason to like. Oh, actually, no, we cannot do continue because of GUI. Depending on where it is we're doing this, I think. Like, yeah, if we're doing it, let's say debug, then that would be kind of bad. But anyways, so we'll probably just have to remove this break statement right here. And instead of doing this, like, what I think we'll do is that we'll have some sort of like error message and information or whatever that will display this. So, like, we'll go in and in our information here, we'll have like an error message that we can set up here, string. std string, error message. By default, we'll just set it equal to none, because there's no error message. But the idea is that, like, then if let's say we have an error message, instead of going ahead and doing all of this, we just go ahead and set our error message instead. So error message is equal to. And same over here, obviously, is that, and then we remove the break right there. So yeah. So I feel like it makes a lot more sense to do. Come on, let me. Good. Let's see. Yeah, as well over here. Obviously get rid of the break. We're just gonna do this in all the different places really quickly, so this might take a little bit of time to do. But it will be better in my opinion. No, that's not how we do this. It's also here. I think that's it basically, so yeah. Let's go in here and add in a in GUI text. I'm just gonna add in the empty text here, I think. And I'm gonna go in GUI text std format error message, and then I'm gonna go .cstring like this. So that's basically all we're gonna go ahead and do. So yeah. So if there's an error message, it's going to be displayed here. But maybe it would make more sense to display it like below or above the tabs instead. I'm not sure. Like maybe instead we go ahead and we display it like somewhere else. Like what happens if we go above like here, like we go here as an example instead? Because it doesn't really matter where we do it, just that we do it somewhere. Let's see. I meant to put the thing up. No. Just build it really quickly then. No, I didn't mean to put into Outlast 2, but oh, just wanted to test this to see what we would get. See if I run it now and I boot up Outlast 2 now, you can see here. Yeah, over here, you're here now. Okay, great. So yeah, as mentioned, like what I've done is just changed all of these here. And we're just gonna do the error message here and here. So yeah. But that's basically what we're gonna go ahead and do. So we could change it around so you guys can see too, and then let's boot up Outlast 2 and see if it crashes. Okay, it's not crashed. That's good. But it's failing to read the address, so yeah. But if it continue, I think it should get better, right? Like it should just work now, right? I think so now. Yeah, right? Like I mean, if I go in and I go to debug and start modifying, it actually works, right?
Find
yeah,
Lynn.
So
Nothing matters but Lynn.
It appears to be working now. But again, if I go out into the main menu, it starts to give me errors again. Until I go back into the game. Yeah, and like obviously like once they're able to find it, I guess what we're gonna go and do is that I will could bring this back here. Well, I'd like to go ahead and do we're gonna go ahead and both shut down the game and shut down the window. Is that if we make it through and there's no issues here, then I'll just go ahead and set it to like something. So as an example here, like we reach the end, then I'll just go ahead and set the value again. Like, I'm just going to say our message to but I don't know if we should be doing that actually, because that would override the existing ones. So why should we do it then? What I might have to do is introduce some sort of like a boolean. And then at the beginning we set it to false, and then if anything changes we just go back to like that. So at the beginning when like we begin here, up here we'll go recent errors equal to false, and then we go ahead and every time we reach one of these errors we'll go true. And I'll just go ahead and copy this in here everywhere. And then we'll go up here. And we'll go down here. Let's see. Like this. I think that'll do it. Now we just go down here to our end, and right here we'll just go ahead and check if we've not had a recent error. Then in that case we just go ahead and set our error message to none. That easy? I think so. If no error occurred during this iteration of the loop, it sets the error message to none. So that way we can actually pretty easily handle this here. So yeah. I don't know, maybe we should keep the error message in like debug or something like that. I don't know, again, like these error messages don't matter too much, like, you know. But let's see, let's build it really quickly. I might just end up hiding them like in the final version once we get around to releasing it. We also need to figure this out actually. Give me a second, let me go ahead and take a look at that. Close window, let me go up here and fix that really quickly. I'm just gonna add a backslash in here. We're gonna build it and run it again. There we go, now it looks nice. Okay, so this is what we got so far, right? This here. If we put up the game, we're gonna get an error. Here we go. But then once we actually go into a save, it should just go back to none again. And it does go back to none. Good, it works. And then if I exit out again, it goes back to that. Cool, right? So our error message problem has been fixed, at least. That's nice. There are a couple of other things that I think we need to do because the game is closed, but like, you know, it's still like thinks we're in there, so I have to go ahead and update our get process function, I think. Because actually get processed calls this, but get process itself actually it does not actually reset the process if it fails. So as you can see, if it fails, it just returns and nothing happens. Actually, it's kind of weird how get process does not return an integer. Neither does get base address. They should both return that. Oh well, weird. Anyways, my point is, when we go ahead and call get process, if it fails, we should probably really quickly go ahead and set our get process to we should go ahead and set our get process to null again. So process is equal to null now. And down here as well, we should set it to null as well after this. I think those are the only two parts where it can fail, really, other than obviously down here, but yeah. My point is that, like, now, like, it works fine, right? And we can just check valid process and valid base address. But I'm only gonna do this with process, obviously, and then if base address fails, we're just gonna set base address to null, since that's all it's by default is. By default, base address is 0, so we're just gonna go down. If we cannot set it, we're just gonna set this dash base address to 0 again. So now, failed to get the base address. It's failed to get the base address off. Base address is equal to 0 now. Which means, memory here, these two will return, and we can finally actually check stuff for once. Which is nice. So, if I boot it up now after I build it again, we should be able to go back to that, like, Outlast 2 is not running if we close down the game. So we're gonna boot it up, make sure everything is working as intended. And yeah, then after that, I think we're really, like, ready to, like, make the first release of it, actually. So yeah. So I'm just gonna go in and do continue, and it goes back to now. I would like to go ahead and make a change. Yeah, as you can see, like, I closed down the game, it goes back to Outlast 2 is not running, please open the game. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, it works. God damn, it works. So we're getting there now. Let's see. Well, I like to change this to probably just none instead, like this. So I'm gonna go down here where we set it as well to just be none. And that's basically it. I think we're done now. We have actually made, like, a usable version, I think, now, so yeah. However, I think there's a couple of things that we would probably want to go ahead and do related to, like, the size of it and so on. So, and we'll quickly go in and put up, like, the go ahead and build it again. And then launch it. And then let me go boot up Outlast 2. Because I need to make sure that everything is, like, the proper size. Because you can also go information and difficulty here. I've gone to, yeah, we need to make it a bit. We need to make it a bit wider, you know. Or a bit taller. So I like to go in and do is try to make it like 350 by 350 instead. See if that could potentially help with it. Oh no, not the window size, the size of the image window. I mean, we're gonna go up to 300 by 300. Oh damn, we're actually not far behind. Maybe I need to increase the window size to 350 by 350, actually. Okay, let's see now. So I have 300 by 50 by 300 by 50. Let me go in and set our x coordinate to 300 and our y coordinate to 250. See if this could fix it. So they're a bit bigger now. Alright. That's how it's bigger. Let's go ahead and put them out too really quickly. And yeah, now there's enough for everything here to be displayed. So that's good. We're also just thinking that, oh yeah, it looks like there's enough space at the bottom as well on the sides. So we're good. I think we're good now. That's good. I think there are a couple of other things I would like to go in and do though really quickly. If I go back here, I would like for us to have like a monitor string somewhere here, like, you know, well, not here, but maybe below here as the string. Preview monitor is going to be, by default I'm just going to set it to like this, but we're going to get it anyway. GLW get monitor name, and I'm just going to put this in there. Because that is the default right now. And then I'm going to go down here, and in here we're just going to set the preview value to that. So I'm going to go in and set this right here to be equal to GI preview monitor, let's see, string, like that. And that's basically it now. That's all we have. That's basically it. I'm gonna add in a MGI text here. Change the model to the mod overlay will end on. And that's basically it. And obviously we're going to keep monitors here because that's just a, actually I'm going to rename it to list of monitors here, so you can select your monitor from that. List of monitors, so select your monitor based on that. Let's go in and build it really quickly. See how it looks. I'm gonna boot up Outlast 2 really quickly as well. I'm gonna switch over here. Oh wait, we are running into a new problem. I need to make it wider, I guess. We actually got a problem. Okay, I have to make the X value of the window a bit wider. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it like 325. 340. And then I'm gonna go in and build it again. I'm just gonna put it into a scene. So I'll listen to that fucking music. It's too scary. No, looks like we'll have to go to 340 for this. God damn it. Let me bring you over here so you can see as well. Now, if I go to settings, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, great. I'm gonna go up and change the width of it to be like 400, I think. And I'm gonna go down and change it to 350 really quickly. Go ahead and close it, rebuild. Run, and now we should be good. How wide does it need to be, okay? Like, 360. 360 we'll have to do, right? I'm building it every time and I swear nothing is changing. I mean, admittedly, we're going by like really low amounts every time, so that might be why. Let's do 375. Now let's try again. There we go, now it's correct. So here you can go and see your monitors and what it'll render on and so on. So yeah, that's basically it. So that's basically what I have so far here. Yeah. I mean, I guess we can go and adjust the difficulty stuff here. So yeah. Maybe we could go ahead and do that actually. Then on custom, I'll just go ahead and remove one of these, I think. Since we'll probably be able to do fine with just 2 lines now. Let me go ahead and close it and reopen it again. Let's see. Difficulty. Oh, damn, slightly off. Oh, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's add dots here. But oh well. So let's go ahead and see now if I restart and I run it. You'll still need 3 lines. God damn it. I was just hoping we could get it down with only 2 lines. I'm not willing to make it bigger because, like, I really want it to be, like, pretty small if that's possible. You know? Like, it's ideal it does not take up... it takes up as little space as possible, although I know it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so... Yeah. I gotta figure out, like, what I'm gonna do about this, because, like, yeah, I can change it to a different monitor, but, like, you know, it's like, yeah. Well, so this is 4.5 so far, I think. I think I might just end up going with this, actually. You know. It also gives you options for adding more stuff down the line, I guess, if you decide to do that, you know. Because I've been considering some stuff too as well. I don't know, do we have a to-do list up here? We might. No, we don't. Alright. But I was considering allowing you to, like, adjust the amount of space that batteries and bandages took up. So I might do that as well. Probably not today though, since it's getting kind of late. Like, it's already like over midnight for me, so I think I should head to sleep. But yeah, maybe down the line we'll do more. So I think it's almost done now. It took 4 parts, but we're getting to a point where, like, you know, it's actually working, so that's good. Is this even necessary? I want to test something. Let me shut down Outlast 2 and shut down this application. The mod. Yeah, no, we can just have it as 1 line now, so that's good. Anyways, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and commit this now then. It's really getting somewhere now. It really is. This is great. Kind of excited for this, but I'm gonna go ahead and commit the changes. Now, window class, we added window console. That's basically all we've done. Other than that, there was what, like, added support for changing between multiple monitors, for changing monitor when, for which monitor renders, for which monitor that renders the overlay, for changing which monitor that renders the overlay. So it's pretty nice that we've done that. Finally, I think what was the last thing, added open, and finally was exited. Window closing. Process. When the game is exited while the mod is running, it will return to stat of GUI. A lot of changes, right? That's good for us, I think. I think that's about everything that we have though now. So yeah. I'm gonna check something. I'm not sure. Oh, it's gonna put. Oh, okay, it's here, so we're fine. We're gonna go and check something though. So yeah. I might have written down like ideas for stuff somewhere with the mod. Oh yeah, I wrote a to-do list. Go someone find it. Here you guys go. So as you can see, we have like, I don't care. As I need to change the screen the overlay is rendered on, that's there now. So we can remove this. From the list, I think. Maybe EC, okay. Bug fixes, improvements. That we've also done. So we can remove that issues with exiting the game and exiting to the main menu, causing the program to crash. That's been dealt with now, so that we can remove. You can, so you know it's the default difficulty. Maybe add a about tab with information about the create and version. Instant use options. This is the rest of the stuff that we're missing, basically. I'm not sure if I'll add all of this stuff before like full release, or I mean before we'll do the first release. But I'll probably get around to doing another episode, or we'll add like a couple of these other options. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching, I guess. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.